I'm confident in my ability. You know what I'm saying? That I know that if I get a chance and an opportunity, that, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to crack and make something happen.
In my last video, I mentioned being solid as a basketball player. Well, today's feature is a guy that's the definition of that. He made all the right moves in the game by making sound decisions and developing at his own pace. A guy that can fit on any team and can play for me any day. My all-team, any-day six-man. Growth Spurt feature, Frederick Edmund VanVleet Sr., born February 25th, 1994. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get it, man. Growth Spurt number 1, allowing himself to develop. In an era where one-and-dones have become popular, it's created a stigma on guys that take the slower route of letting their skills develop. It's a game that has now pushed future prospects when they see the success of younger guys. I can't say that I'm against it, because it's good for the game to get younger, allowing more records to be broken and more excitement. It's also a good refreshment from the grown man era as well. But every once in a while, you'll have a guy that stayed the course like VanVleet has and seen equivalent success. At the end of his senior year in high school, he was a Rivals.com top 150 prospect that chose to be the only in his class to enter the Missouri Valley Conference and Wichita State. He wasn't highly recruited, and at that time, you could see why. At just 5'9", 5'10", he hadn't grown into his man body yet, where he could really play his style, which is bully you on pick and rolls and show his toughness. As a freshman, he was important in helping the Shockers do just that, becoming only the 5th number 9 seed to appear in the Sweet 16. He had 12 points against Ohio State that was also important in his team making the Final Four before falling to Louisville. He would have a bigger role as a sophomore and had a breakout year. He was the Conference Player of the Year and All-American, averaging career highs in field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throws as well. He was beginning to show his potential to run an offense, all while winning at a high rate. If Fred left after that year, he arguably would have been in a better position than 2 years later going undrafted. Instead, he stayed not 1, but 2 more seasons where he allowed his body to develop and his fundamentals to catch up to his heart. Growth Spurt number 2, Kyle Lowry. By his senior season, Fred was a solid player that just won and had Wichita State running like a well-oiled machine. While he wasn't taking his team to the Final Four any longer, his game was developing and his skills were crafting for him to one day become the strong, high IQ, tough-nosed point guard you see today. After going undrafted in the 2016 NBA draft, he decided not to sign with a few interested teams in order to find a deal that allowed him to earn a lengthier contract and a bit of stability. Most guys would have been cool in the G League with hopes of one day stepping up. This move allowed him to sign with the Raptors for their summer league, eventually playing well enough to secure the deal he wanted, which gave him the opportunity to play with a guy that was the perfect mentor for his growth, Kyle Lowry. Almost what AI was to Lou Williams, just a perfect fit in play style and attitude Fred's career could become. A 10-year veteran that played and accomplished the exact aspiration Fred's style desired. Lowry was also important in giving VanVleet the opportunity he needed, being injured as much as he has over the last 5 seasons. Fred stepped into each role, whether it be a 6-man or starting role, and in 2018-19, he and his team, led by Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Lowry, and a surprising VanVleet, who played an important scoring and defensive role in winning the team its first championship. Fred was just a dog in the playoffs and gave every point guard he faced fits on both ends, as his game was now able to be effective inside and outside because of the development and maturity he allowed years earlier. In a Game 7 in the 2019 playoffs, Kyle Lowry injured his finger, and although he played through a lot of it, it gave Fred tons of opportunity to show his game and become familiar in the role. Growth spurt number 3, taking advantage of the moment. The last important spurt in VanVleet's career is one that he's been honing his entire life. Earlier, we mentioned that he wasn't a well-known player across the nation in high school nor college, but every opportunity, he's been ready for the challenge and has stepped up every single time. After winning the big prize in 2019, Fred's name was growing its buzz. The world now knew he was a solid player, but still wasn't convinced what his next step would be. It's now the 2019-20 season, and in 15 games, he's beginning to put all that noise to bed, as he's been one of the team's leading scorers at 18 points a game, team leading 7.7 assists, and is looking like an Eastern Conference All-Star. Amazing from an overlooked college player, undrafted rookie, and unsure prospect just before last season, right? Everything about Fred's game stands out to me. The way he finishes around the rim, his toughness on both ends, his never back down Illinois demeanor and poise. I love watching this guy play, man, and I'm rooting for his future growth and success. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth, and I'm out.